So there they go. That's where they're headed over, where I just showed you. Up and down all day. That's what they do all day, every day. This is my dad's. This rock, okay, my dad laid all that. He wasn't a rock mason. I mean, that dude was amazing. Died of leukemia. Young. Actually, the bricklayer, I mean, that brick's fantastic, whatever. My mom just passed. So, we'll trace this all the way down. So, something rotten in the New Denmark. Very sad. This is right where the tornado ripped through here. It came right through here. We had a big barn right there. Right there where my house is, toward Lou Jean's house down. She died of cancer very young. That's his only, of course he wasn't alive when this happened. Of course Wayne, her only sibling, was. He don't care. So, my mom, Abraham Hunsaker, the fourth daughter, had 3 girls. The Old Town guy, the first, I'll show this a promontory. The UPSP Railroad, when they met at Promontory, that's him on the end of the train, second back. Their office was in, it used to be called Hunsakerville, which is Honeyville today. So, their office was in his house. He's the guy that found the gold at Sutter's Mill. I come from the first line. Hey, first, second, third. My grandpa's the 4th, the Old Town guy. So, you saw them drains from the feedlot. Comes here, and here, let's walk. So it goes underground right here. It's a drain that was put in by the county when they did all this. Many. This is a private lane. This is a private family lane, which we had to sue these guys. These guys tried to take it. My dad was dead. They tried to, they abused my mother. And I want to say this. The Mormons say they're so communal and so help. And they're welfare. No, they're not. That's a lie. I come from these, and they still count me as a Mormon. I grew up here, born and raised, 6th generation. When I got leukemia, I was in the bone marrow transplant center right here. Same with my mom when she had cancer. She's Abraham Hunsaker IV's daughter, who saved the Mormon Church with the Hunsaker Mill. Without her, they didn't do anything for me. Nothing. Zero. You should see my lawn. I couldn't get anybody to mow the lawn. So, something rotten to do, man, Mark. This was our little dairy, but our farm was big. It was a ranch. My grandpa owned a lot of real estate. He had bought and acquired. Up irrigation, he was the president. He was an amazing dude, by the way. His father was a Danish immigrant. Excuse me. Yeah, his real father. The other side, first person buried in the West River Cemetery is named Ralph Blanch, who, by the way, was killed by a little soldier himself when they killed Chief Cherokee. I can write a whole book about that. The ancient Shoshone burial ground is the West River Cemetery. I know that. So, we got a little dairy here, which was a big dairy in those days. My grandmother's house, my uncle. They tore down my great-grandmother's house. So there used to be a house called the Telfords. They were the first immigrants. They had no children. A guy named Morris Chubb was adopted. He was in the Marines with my father. He didn't get lab ratted, but he got to go to Korea. They bought up his ground somehow. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. They paid incredible sums of money. I don't even know how. Well, anyway, you can't build out here. This is a private road. They tried to steal it. So there used to be plums and asparagus that the early Mormons, the first whiteys here, brought with them. It was 2 great big 140-year-old trees right here. 2 apples. They were cool as hell. I come home one day and they're gone. I come down here and they're running. And there's a kid named Steve Flinders. I said, what the hell, Steve? Oh, I'm just working here to turn him out. He was incredibly young. See him over there? See him? Yes. Good timing, huh? My uncle owns that ground. I'm going to be calling him right now. He doesn't even know they're doing it. Okay, stay with me. So, we'll cut across there. So my cousins have this. Which I don't even get me going on those because they drink the Mormon Kool-Aid. My grandma's rolling on her grave. My grandparents are all rolling on their grave. So they tear it out. I'm like, Steve, what the fuck you doing? Steve got leukemia. He was so young. He got leukemia and died of AML, exact disease as me. God, I think he was in his 30s. He had a bunch of kids. Heartbreaking. It wasn't his fault. He didn't try it. Those fuckers told him to. And they call themselves good Mormons. So the drain goes all the way down here. Follow me. You see any drain? So they're supposedly got a sewer system down there. I'm not allowed on their property anymore. So I don't go, on their farm anymore. I hung out down here my whole life. My whole life. This is just all evolved in the last 20 years. And it's all political corruption. This is post this theft of the election in 2000. So we went to the EPA. Now, when we went to the Claude went to her, not me. Talked to her. She was head of the EPA in the Bush administration we got now. What was her name? Whitney? By the way, she's been charged with all kinds of fraud on the 9/11 cover-up of those guys. He went to her. She says, oh yeah, they drained that illegal. You can look at all the old mapping. It was all marsh, well documented in the 80s. The mapping, all well documented, the Armed Corps engineers, they're like, oh yeah, it's all marsh. How do they drain it? How they drain? Right down here. So this is where it goes. I hope he comes out. Fuck him. It's totally illegal for me to walk here. He can go up and down my fucking private lane. You ought to see him. I told him I was going to put a speed bump. His kids, they drive up and down here 100 miles an hour just to fuck with people. Because there's kids on that road. My grandkids can't even come out here and play. I won't even let my grandkids. That's why my daughters don't live out here. Because they're like, we can't live out there. Everybody out here knows our kids can't live out because these guys have turned it into a toxic hellhole. Everybody knows it. They own a little land. They lease up all the property around. They spray with this private spray rag, and the county all knows. The state all knows, but the head of the DNR, who that report is their buddy. It's corruption. Dirty Herbie's on it. The governor's in on it. Mike Lee, apparently, I didn't think Mike Lee would go there because of his father, but I see Kerry with Mike Lee all the time. And remember, this is just a county commission, state representative. He tells everybody he's going to be the new governor. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, maybe. I mean, it's corrupt. This place is. See these great big trees here they've torn up. See it? That was all one giant delta. The Weber and the Ogden meet right up here, and they come right here, and it's one giant delta. Stole tens of millions of dollars. Well documented. Under police investigation. Where's the FBI? So it flooded again out here. So they got a federal grant to dredge the river. That's where they stole all the money. It was a federal grant. And then we